Project management is like baking a cake. Just as a cake goes through different stages, from gathering ingredients to serving the final product, projects also have distinct phases. These phases make up what we call the project management lifecycle. In this complete guide, we break down the project management lifecycle into its various stages, explain their importance, and give you practical tips to navigate through each step. Whether you are a seasoned project manager or just getting started, this guide will help you understand and master the project management lifecycle. Every project starts with an idea, a concept, or a problem that needs solving. The initiation phase is where you define the project's purpose, scope, objectives, and feasibility. It is all about answering the question, should we do this project? Key activities include creating a project proposal that outlines the project's goals, objectives, and expected outcomes. You also identify the people or groups who have an interest in the project, known as stakeholders. Next, you determine if the project is viable in terms of resources, time, and budget by performing a feasibility analysis. Finally, you develop a project charter, which officially authorizes the project to begin. Some tips for this phase are to involve key stakeholders from the start to ensure everyone is on the same page, and to conduct a thorough cost-benefit analysis to assess project feasibility. Once the project gets the green light, it is time to roll up your sleeves and dive into the planning phase. This is where you create a detailed project plan, specifying how the project will be executed, monitored, and controlled. Key activities include clearly defining what the project will and will not include, known as scope definition. You also break the project down into smaller, manageable tasks using a work breakdown structure, or WBS. Then you create a project schedule with timelines for each task. Assign resources such as people, equipment, and materials to tasks, estimate and allocate funds for the project, identify potential risks and develop mitigation strategies, outline how project information will be shared with stakeholders in a communication plan, and specify the quality standards the project should meet in a quality plan. Some tips are to use project management software to help with scheduling and resource allocation, and to continuously monitor and update the project plan as needed. With a solid plan in place, it is time to put the plan into action. The execution phase is all about building the project deliverables, coordinating resources, and keeping everyone on track. Key activities include assigning tasks to team members and ensuring they have the necessary resources, implementing the quality plan and monitoring deliverables to meet quality standards, keeping stakeholders informed of project progress, continuously monitoring and addressing project risks as they arise, ensuring that tasks are completed according to the schedule, and preventing unauthorized changes to the project scope. Regular team meetings help to keep everyone aligned and informed, and using project management tools to track progress and communicate with team members is very helpful. The monitoring and controlling phase runs in parallel with the execution phase. This is where you keep a watchful eye on the project's performance, ensuring that everything is on track and making adjustments when necessary. Key activities include comparing actual progress with the planned schedule, budget, and quality standards, evaluating and approving or rejecting changes to the project scope, schedule, or budget, addressing problems and issues as they arise, continuously assessing and mitigating project risks, inspecting deliverables to ensure they meet the defined quality standards, and keeping stakeholders updated on project status and changes. Using key performance indicators or KPIs to measure progress is a good practice, and being proactive in addressing issues and changes helps avoid last-minute crises. Finally, you reach the closing phase. Here, you wrap up the project, ensure that all objectives have been met, and formally close it out. Key activities include obtaining formal approval from the project stakeholders or clients, transferring deliverables to the end users or clients, updating project documentation including lessons learned, releasing project resources, ensuring that all project expenses and invoices are settled, reflecting on the project's successes and areas for improvement, and creating a final report summarizing the project's outcomes. It is helpful to review the project's successes and failures to learn from the experience, and to share your findings with the team to foster a culture of continuous improvement. In project management, two common methodologies are used: Agile and Waterfall. Understanding the differences between these approaches is essential. Agile is an iterative and flexible approach that emphasizes collaboration, adaptability, and customer feedback. It works well for complex and dynamic projects. Waterfall is a sequential and structured approach that progresses through defined stages in a linear fashion. It is best suited for well-understood and stable projects. Which approach to choose depends on the nature of your project and your organization's preferences. Project management is like a journey, and the project management lifecycle is your roadmap. Each phase has its unique tasks, challenges, and objectives. By understanding and effectively navigating through these phases, you can increase your chances of project success. Remember, the key to successful project management is not only about following a set process, but also about effective communication, collaboration, and adaptability. So, whether you are baking a cake or managing a project, following the right steps is crucial for a successful outcome.